What I'm about to tell you may initially sound a little harsh. It may even be a tough pill for you to swallow. But I promise if you hear me out, watch this entire video, you will see that this message is truly liberating. The truth is, you can look and feel better in your 40s and 50s than you did in your 20s and 30s. You can dramatically improve your health. You can transform your body so that you feel pride instead of shame when you take your shirt off at the beach. You can eliminate or dramatically reduce the chronic pain that you have grown to accept as a daily function of life. You can set yourself on a path to avoid the chronic diseases and disabilities that have become the hallmarks of aging in our world today. But before you do any of that, you must do this one thing first. Most people are afraid to tell you this truth, that this is the single biggest reason why most people fail to change their lives. This is the first video in the Maximum Healthspan Mindset and Motivation series, so make sure you hit that subscribe and bell icon to make sure that you don't miss out on the future installments. Today, we are going to tackle a common theme that I see in here all the time. Michael, I know what I need to do, but I just don't do it consistently enough to achieve the results that I seek. While most often this person does not have the education or experience of a professional health and fitness coach, they generally know 90% of what they need to know in order to implement the lifestyle modifications necessary to help them achieve their health and fitness goals. So what is stopping them? This series of videos will aim to tackle the root of the problem, the mass of cells that is clustered between our ears. This first step is remarkably simple, but not easy. Simply walk on over to the nearest mirror. The cause of your pain and disappointment will be staring right back at you. You and no one other than you is responsible for your poor health. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Michael, that's just not fair. Don't you realize that bad things happen to good people? It happens all the time. Trust me, I get it. The universe sometimes intervenes in our lives in ways that we cannot control, and that is the key mindset shift that we must take. Forget about the factors that are outside of your control and take responsibility for everything that is within your control. No matter what circumstances you face in your life, you always have a choice in how you respond. You are never a helpless victim. I fully acknowledge that people are victims of circumstance all the time, but they are never helpless victims. We always maintain our ability to choose how we respond to that circumstance, even if the only choice left to us is to choose how we think about what has happened to us. Bringing this back to the focus of this channel, our health and longevity, there are certainly some aspects of our physical health that are outside of our control. I will never be taller than 6'1", I will never be faster than Usain Bolt, and I will die someday. And there's nothing I can do about any of those things. Things that are outside of our control, like our genes and our unique circumstances, will determine our potential. But our power to improve is 100% on us. Now, the trickiest part of this little exercise in accountability that I encourage you all to try is clearly and accurately determining what aspects of our health are within our control and which are outside of our control. Nearly all of us make this mistake, and we have ourselves convinced that many aspects of our health that we could improve, sometimes dramatically, are set in stone. We think to ourselves, I used to be able to bench press my body weight. I used to be able to ski all day without pain. I used to be able to run a 6-minute mile, etc., etc. And sometimes we're right, but so often we are lying to ourselves. Stop lying to yourself. Now, the truth for most of us goes something like this. I don't want to build the strength to be able to bench press my body weight again. I don't want to do all of the mobility work and corrective exercises I need to do in order to be able to ski all day without pain. I don't want to lose the weight and build my cardiorespiratory capacity so that I can run a 6-minute mile again. This self-defeatism is an absolute epidemic in our society today. We are actively being encouraged to simply surrender, to give up, and accept a life of physical and mental decline. We are told to accept our fate and to give in to the urge to medicate ourselves with alcohol, cannabis, and pills, and to numb our pain and disappointment with endless binge-watching, screen-sucking wastes of time, to sit on our asses and order crap that we don't need from Amazon that won't make us happy. Pharmaceutical companies, alcohol manufacturers, online retailers, and social media mega corporations all want us to be sad, helpless, endless consumers of their false sources of happiness and fulfillment. Don't fall for this scam. You can do this if you start by taking responsibility for your health, for your life, and your sense of fulfillment. I know you have this power because I get to be part of miraculous health transformations all the time. I've helped people lose 30, 50, 100 pounds of fat. I've helped people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s set personal bests in their squat, do their first pull-up since grade school, and set PRs in 5Ks, 10Ks, and half marathons. I love my job and I'm passionate about health and fitness because I get to witness on a regular basis the miraculous power of the human body to improve itself. I have a client that just turned 70, and last year she had a cancerous tumor removed from her spine that left her unable to feel her legs below her thighs. After the surgery, the surgeon told her that she would never be able to walk again without the assistance of a walker. She refused to allow someone else to tell her what she could or could not do. She made the conscious decision to take responsibility for herself. She would determine her own fate. When we first started working together, I had no idea how far or how much she might be able to improve, but I promised her two things. One, that I would do my best to help her, and two, that I would always push her to her limits and beyond, and help her improve as much as we possibly could. After a couple months, she traded her walker in for a quad cane. A couple months after that, she ditched her cane altogether. And if you saw her walking down the street today, you would have no idea that less than a year ago, her surgeon told her that she would never be walking again on her own. Now, I promised her we'd work hard, and I promised her that we would do everything that we could to help her improve. And I will promise you that if you are willing to work hard, and that if you are willing to do everything that you can do to improve, you will surprise yourself with what you are capable of. Now, we must be patient on this journey. This game of maximizing our health takes years, not merely weeks. You will experience setbacks. We all do. And just because you gave in to temptation today and ate the entire box of Girl Scout cookies, or you haven't managed to make it into the gym all week, that doesn't mean that you have failed and that you should then simply surrender to a life of obesity, chronic disease, and disability. Simply take responsibility for this setback, learn from it, and then get back on track to hitting your goals. Any time spent blaming others or bemoaning the unfairness of the universe or complaining to your friends that you just can't do it is a complete waste of time and energy that'll only hold you back from making improvements. If you tell yourself that someone or something else is to blame for your problems, you are subconsciously acknowledging they have the power and responsibility to solve those problems. Empower yourself with the capital T truth that regardless of your circumstances, you can improve your life and improve your health. And you can start right now. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider sharing it with someone you know that would also benefit from this message. I am on a mission to help as many people as I possibly can to live longer and stronger lives, and I truly appreciate your support in helping me spread the word. Now, you can find a link to a free mobility program in the pinned comment below that is specifically designed to help you take your first steps to improving your health. And I'll see you in the next video.